First contact and abduction. The vast expanse of space stretched endlessly before Captain Aria Chen as she guided the Earthship Horizon through the asteroid field. It was humanity's first manned mission beyond the Kuiper Belt, a daring expedition to push the boundaries of human exploration. Aria's heart raced with excitement and trepidation as she navigated the treacherous terrain. Status report. She called out to her crew of 4, each the best in their respective fields. Dr. Elijah Okonkwo, the mission's xenobiologist, responded first. All biological systems are stable, Captain. No signs of microbial life on the asteroids we sampled so far. Engineering is green across the board, added Chief Engineer Yuki Tanaka, her fingers dancing across the holographic interface. The new antimatter drive is performing beyond expectations. Communications Officer Miguel Rodriguez and Navigation Specialist Dr. Sarah Goldstein chimed in with equally positive reports. Aria allowed herself a small smile. Despite the mission's unprecedented nature, everything was going smoothly. Or so she thought. A blinding flash of light suddenly engulfed the horizon, causing all systems to flicker and fail. Aria's stomach lurched as artificial gravity gave way, and she found herself floating in the cockpit. "Report," she shouted, fighting down a wave of panic. "Unknown energy signature, Captain." Sarah's voice was tight with tension. "It's like nothing we've ever encountered." Before Aria could respond, a deep, resonant hum filled the ship. The light intensified, and Aria felt a strange tingling sensation across her skin. Her last conscious thought was of Earth, billions of miles away, unaware that humanity's first contact was about to occur under the most unexpected circumstances. When Aria regained consciousness, she found herself in a vast, dimly lit chamber. The air felt thick and heavy, with an odd metallic tang. As her eyes adjusted to the gloom, she realized with a start that she wasn't alone. Her entire crew was there, slowly stirring to wakefulness. "Is everyone all right?" she asked, her voice sounding strange in the alien atmosphere. A chorus of groans and affirmatives answered her. As they gathered their wits, Aria took stock of their surroundings. The chamber was circular, its walls a strange, iridescent material that seemed to shift and pulse with an inner light. There were no visible doors or windows, just a seamless expanse of the bizarre substance. "Any theories on where we are?" Aria asked, hoping her crew's expertise might shed some light on their situation. Elijah was the first to respond, his scientific curiosity overriding his fear. "The atmosphere is breathable, but its composition is unlike anything on Earth. The gravity feels slightly lighter than what we're used to. I'd hazard a guess that we're on some kind of spacecraft." "Alien abduction," Miguel whispered, his eyes wide. "It's really happening." Before anyone could respond, a section of the wall began to ripple and distort. A figure emerged, and the humans collectively gasped. The being before them was tall, easily 7 feet in height, with a slender, almost ethereal build. Its skin was a pale, luminescent blue, covered in intricate patterns that seemed to shift and change as it moved. 4 arms extended from its torso, each ending in long, delicate fingers. But it was the creature's face that truly captivated them. 3 large, opalescent eyes arranged in a triangle, no visible nose, and a small, lipless mouth. The alien regarded them silently for a moment, its eyes blinking in an unsettling, asynchronous pattern. Then, to everyone's shock, it spoke in perfect, unaccented English. "Greetings, humans of Earth. I am Zarthal, overseer of the Galactic Concordat. Welcome aboard the Celestial Arbiter." Aria stepped forward, drawing on all her training and courage. "I am Captain Aria Chen of the Earthship Horizon. Why have you brought us here?" Zarthal's mouth twitched in what might have been a smile. "Your species has reached a crucial juncture in its development, Captain Chen. The Galactic Concordat has been observing Earth for millennia, waiting for this moment. Your mission beyond your solar system has triggered the protocol for first contact." "A protocol that involves abducting us?" Yuki asked, unable to keep the edge from her voice. "We apologize for the abruptness of your transition," Zarthal replied, seeming genuinely contrite. "But it was necessary. Your species stands on the brink of a great leap forward, but also great peril. The universe is vast and filled with wonders, but also dangers beyond your imagining." The alien's words sent a chill through Arya. What kind of dangers? Zarthal's eyes dimmed slightly. There are forces in the galaxy that view emerging species as a threat, or worse, as a resource to be exploited. The Concordat's role is to guide and protect fledgling civilizations as they take their first steps into the cosmic community. "And that's why you've brought us here?" Elijah asked, his scientific curiosity piqued. "To guide us." "In a manner of speaking," Zarthal replied, "but more importantly, to test you." The word test hung in the air, heavy with implication. Arya felt a mix of excitement and apprehension coursing through her. What kind of test? Zarthal's body shimmered, and suddenly the chamber around them transformed. They found themselves standing on what appeared to be a vast holographic projection of the Milky Way galaxy. "Your species has great potential," Zarthal said, gesturing at the swirling stars around them. "But potential alone is not enough. The galaxy is a harsh and unforgiving place. Before we can welcome humanity into the greater galactic community, we must be certain that you possess not just the intelligence, the wisdom, courage, and moral fiber to coexist with other sentient beings." The alien's eyes fixed on Arya, their opalescent depths seeming to peer into her very soul. "You and your crew will face a series of challenges designed to test your species' readiness. The fate of humanity's future among the stars rests on your shoulders, Captain Chen. Are you prepared to undertake this responsibility?" Arya looked at her crew, seeing in their eyes the same mix of fear, excitement, and determination that she felt. They had left Earth as explorers, seeking to push the boundaries of human knowledge. Now, they found themselves unwitting ambassadors for their entire species, with the weight of humanity's cosmic future resting upon them. Drawing a deep breath, Arya turned back to Zarthal. "We didn't come this far to turn back now. Whatever tests you have for us, we're ready." Zarthal's mouth curved into what was unmistakably a smile this time. "Then let the trials begin." As if on cue, the galactic projection around them faded, replaced by a new environment. The humans found themselves in what appeared to be a control room of some kind, filled with alien technology far beyond their understanding. "Your first test," Zarthal announced, "is one of adaptability and problem-solving. You have one planetary rotation to decipher the workings of this system and use it to navigate through a simulated asteroid field. Failure will result in the destruction of your virtual ship and all aboard." With that, Zarthal shimmered and vanished, leaving the human crew alone in the alien control room. Screens flickered to life around them, showing a massive asteroid field looming ahead. Arya took a deep breath, steeling herself for the challenge ahead. "All right, team. Let's show them what humanity is capable of. Yuki, start analyzing those control systems. Sarah, see if you can make sense of their navigation. Elijah, Miguel, help where you can and keep an eye out for anything we might miss." As her crew sprang into action, Arya couldn't help but feel a spark of pride. They were facing an impossible task with technology they'd never seen before, yet there was no hesitation, no despair, just determination and the uniquely human drive to overcome any obstacle. The first test had begun, and with it, humanity's trial by fire in the cosmic arena. The next few hours would determine not just their fate, but potentially the fate of their entire species. As Arya watched her crew work, she silently vowed that they would not fail. Humanity had come too far, endured too much, to falter now. The stars awaited, and Arya Chen and her crew were determined to prove that humanity deserved its place among them. The quantum conundrum. As the simulated asteroid field faded away, Captain Arya Chen and her crew found themselves gasping for breath, their bodies drenched in sweat. They had passed the first test by the skin of their teeth, showcasing human ingenuity and teamwork in the face of alien technology. Zathal materialized before them, its opalescent eyes gleaming with what could only be described as approval. Impressive, humans. You've demonstrated remarkable adaptability, but your journey has only just begun. The alien gestured with its 4 arms, and suddenly the room around them warped and shifted. The crew found themselves standing in what appeared to be a massive laboratory, filled with equipment that defied description. Holographic displays flickered with equations and diagrams that made even the brilliant Dr. Sarah Goldstein's head spin. "Welcome," Zathal announced, "to the quantum nexus." Elijah's eyes widened. "Quantum? As in quantum mechanics? Your species has barely scratched the surface of quantum theory," Zathal replied. "Here, we manipulate the very fabric of reality itself. Your next test will push the boundaries of your understanding and your sanity." As if on cue, a shimmering portal opened in the center of the room. Through it, the humans could see glimpses of other worlds, other realities, each one stranger than the last. "Your task," Zathal continued, "is to navigate the multiverse. You must retrieve 5 cosmic keystones from 5 different realities. Each reality operates on different physical laws. What you know as constants may be variables there. You have 24 Earth hours." Miguel gulped audibly. "And if we fail?" Zathal's expression turned grave. "Then you will be lost in the multiverse forever, and humanity will be deemed unready for the cosmic stage." Before anyone could protest, Zathal vanished, leaving the crew alone with the pulsing portal. Arya took a deep breath, steadying herself. "All right, team. We've come too far to back down now. Let's show the universe what humanity is made of." One by one, they stepped through the portal, embarking on a journey that would challenge everything they thought they knew about reality. The first world they emerged into was a kaleidoscope of color and sound. Gravity seemed to be more of a suggestion than a law, and time flowed like molasses. They watched in awe as stars were born and died in the span of seconds. "The keystone," Yuki shouted, pointing to a glowing crystal floating in midair. But as she reached for it, her hand passed right through. "Of course," Sarah muttered, her mind racing. "In this reality, solid matter might be intangible. We need to think in reverse." Using their combined knowledge of physics and a healthy dose of human intuition, they managed to not grab the keystone, causing it to fall into Arya's waiting hands. 1 down, 4 to go. The next reality was a world of pure thought. Their physical bodies dissolved, leaving only their consciousnesses floating in a sea of ideas. Here, mathematics was a living language, and abstract concepts took tangible form. Elijah, usually so rational, found himself perfectly at home here. His scientific mind expanded, grasping theories that would revolutionize human understanding if they could only bring them back. With his guidance, they solved a cosmic riddle that had puzzled the greatest minds of this realm for eons, earning them the 2nd keystone. The 3rd world was perhaps the strangest yet, a microscopic realm where they found themselves shrunken to subatomic size, navigating the chaotic world of quantum particles. Here, probability reigned supreme and causality was a distant memory. Miguel, who had always prided himself on his logic, felt his sanity slipping, but it was his ability to embrace the absurd, to find patterns in the chaos, that ultimately led them to the 3rd keystone. In the 4th reality, they faced their greatest challenge yet. Here, the very concept of individuality was alien. They found their minds merging, becoming a single consciousness spread across countless bodies. The lines between self and other blurred, and for a terrifying moment, they feared losing themselves entirely. But it was Yuki who saved them, her engineer's mind finding a way to maintain their individual sparks within the collective. Together yet separate, they navigated this strange hive-mind reality, their human adaptability allowing them to thrive where other species had failed. The 4th keystone was theirs. The final reality defied description. It was a place where the laws of physics as they knew them simply didn't apply. Up was down, cause followed effect, and the very concept of existence was fluid. Here, they faced not just a test of their intelligence or adaptability, but of their very humanity. As they struggled to make sense of this impossible world, Arya realized the truth. This wasn't just a test of their scientific knowledge or problem-solving skills. It was a test of their human spirit, their ability to face the unknown with courage and determination. With moments to spare, they secured the final keystone, their human tenacity triumphant against the most alien of environments. As they stumbled back through the portal into the quantum nexus, clutching the 5 cosmic keystones, they found Xarthal waiting for them. The alien's eyes shimmered with emotion that might have been respect. "Extraordinary," Xarthal said. "In all my cycles overseeing these tests, I've never seen a species adapt so quickly, so creatively. You've not only survived the quantum conundrum, you've thrived in it." Arya, her mind still reeling from their multiversal journey, managed a weary smile. "That's humanity for you. We may not be the strongest or the smartest species out there, but we never give up. We adapt, we overcome, and we do it together." Xarthal nodded solemnly. "You've proven yourselves worthy of the next phase, but be warned, the challenges only grow more difficult from here. The fate of your species still hangs in the balance." As the alien spoke, the lab around them began to shift once more. The quantum nexus faded away, replaced by a new, even more daunting environment. The next test awaited, and with it, the continued trial of humanity's cosmic worthiness. Exhausted but unbroken, Captain Arya Chen and her crew steeled themselves for whatever the universe had in store. They had faced the impossible and emerged victorious. Whatever came next, they would face it as they always had, together, with the indomitable spirit of humanity burning bright within them. The nexus of civilizations. As the quantum realm faded around them, Captain Arya Chen and her crew found themselves in a vast chamber unlike anything they had ever seen. The walls pulsed with bioluminescent patterns, and the air hummed with an energy that set their teeth on edge. Xarthal's voice echoed around them, though the alien was nowhere to be seen. "Welcome, humans, to the nexus of civilizations. Your next trial will test not just your intellect, but your empathy, diplomacy, and moral fiber." Suddenly, holographic projections sprang to life around them, each showing a different alien species. Some were vaguely humanoid, others defied description, creatures of pure energy, hive minds spanning entire planets, beings that existed in multiple dimensions simultaneously. "Behold," Xarthal continued, "representatives of the Galactic Concordat. Each has a unique challenge for you. Succeed, and you'll earn their support for humanity's inclusion in the cosmic community. Fail, and Earth will remain isolated, vulnerable to the darker forces that lurk between the stars." Dr. Elijah Okonkwo's eyes widened with excitement. "This is incredible. The biodiversity, the potential for cultural exchange." "Focus, Elijah," Arya cautioned. "Remember, this is still a test." The first hologram stepped forward, a being that seemed to be made of living crystal. Its voice resonated in their minds rather than their ears. "I am K6 of the Crystalline Collective. Our challenge to you is this: solve the paradox of our dying sun using only the power of thought." Before the humans could react, they felt their consciousnesses being pulled into a vast neural network. They found themselves floating in a sea of information, surrounded by the collective knowledge of an entire civilization. "Incredible," Sarah gasped. "Their entire species is connected in a giant hive mind." "Focus, team," Arya commanded. "We need to find a solution." As they sifted through the vast database, they realized the Crystalline Collective's sun was collapsing due to a breakdown in the fabric of space-time itself. The solution required thinking beyond conventional physics. It was Yuki who had the breakthrough. What if we use the hive mind itself? If we could synchronize the thoughts of every member of the collective, the sheer psychic energy could stabilize the space-time anomaly. The idea was radical, unprecedented, and it worked. As they implemented the solution, they felt the gratitude of billions of crystalline beings wash over them. Kazik's voice echoed in their minds. You have saved our civilization. The crystalline collective stands with humanity. As they returned to their bodies, the next hologram approached, a swirling vortex of plasma, but somehow spoke in perfectly understandable English. I am Zephyr, last of the star dancers. Our challenge is one of creation. You must forge a new element, one that can sustain life in the heart of a neutron star. Miguel blinked in disbelief. That's impossible. The gravity alone would crush any known form of matter. Then we'll have to create unknown matter, Elijah said, his mind racing. What if we could manipulate quarks to create a super-dense, yet flexible atomic structure? For hours, they worked feverishly, combining their knowledge of physics, chemistry, and xenobiology in ways they never thought possible. Finally, they presented their creation, a shimmering quasi-crystalline substance they dubbed stellarium. Zephyr's form pulsed with approval. Extraordinary. With this, my kind can be reborn. The star dancers stand with humanity. The challenges continued, each more mind-bending than the last. They negotiated peace between two warring species that existed in different phases of spacetime. They composed a symphony that could be understood by beings that perceived reality through gravitational waves. They even helped a hyper-evolved AI rediscover the concept of emotion. With each success, they felt themselves changing, evolving. Their minds expanded, grasping concepts that would have been incomprehensible mere days ago. Yet through it all, they clung fiercely to their humanity, their compassion, their creativity, their indomitable spirit. As the final challenge concluded, Zarthal reappeared, its opalescent eyes gleaming with an emotion the humans couldn't quite identify. You have succeeded beyond our wildest expectations, the aliens said. You've not only passed the tests, but you've changed the very nature of the challenges themselves. Your solutions were unprecedented. Arya stepped forward, her head held high. That's the power of humanity, Zarthal. We don't just adapt to the universe. We challenge it to adapt to us. We see possibilities where others see limits. Zarthal was silent for a long moment. Then, to the humans' shock, it began to shimmer and change. Its form shifted, becoming more humanoid, until they found themselves face to face with themselves. You've discovered our final secret, Zarthal said, now wearing Arya's face. The Galactic Concordat is not a collection of alien species. We are humanity. Humanity from a billion possible futures spread across countless realities. The revelation hit them like a physical blow. Miguel stumbled back, his mind reeling. But why? Why put us through all this? Because, Zarthal replied, its form shifting again, this time to a being of pure energy. The choices you make here and now will determine which of those futures comes to pass. You've proven that humanity has the potential for greatness, but also for terrible destruction. The chamber around them began to fade, reality itself seeming to unravel at the seams. Zarthal's voice echoed from everywhere and nowhere. You've passed the trials, but the greatest test is yet to come. Return to Earth with the knowledge you've gained. Guide your species towards the stars. But remember, the future is not set. Every choice, every action, ripples across the multiverse. Choose wisely, for the fate of all realities rests in humanity's hands. With a blinding flash, Captain Arya Chen and her crew found themselves back aboard the Earthship Horizon, just beyond the Kuiper Belt. On the ship's computers, they found terabytes of new data, gifts from their future selves, keys to unlocking humanity's cosmic potential. As Earth's faint signal reached them, Arya turned to her crew. Their eyes met, each seeing in the others a new depth, a cosmic awareness that would change them, and humanity forever. Let's go home, Arya said softly. We have a lot of work to do. As the Horizon's engines flared to life, 5 humans, forever changed, yet more human than ever, began their journey back to Earth, carrying with them the seeds of humanity's stellar destiny. The quantum uprising. As the Earthship Horizon approached the familiar blue marble of their home planet, Captain Aria Chen and her crew felt a mix of relief and trepidation. They were no longer the same people who had left Earth mere weeks ago. The knowledge they carried could revolutionize human civilization or tear it apart. Incoming transmission from Earth Command, Miguel announced, his voice tight with anticipation. The main screen flickered to life, revealing the stern face of General Zhao, head of the Global Space Initiative. Captain Chen, your unexpected return has caused quite a stir. We've detected massive energy signatures from your ship. Care to explain? Aria took a deep breath. General, we've made first contact with an advanced civilization. The situation is complex. Before she could continue, alarms blared throughout the ship. Sarah's fingers flew across her console. Multiple quantum anomalies detected. Something's coming through. The space around the horizon warped and twisted. In a flash of impossible light, a fleet of ships appeared, ships that seemed to phase in and out of reality itself. It's the discordant, Zarthal's voice echoed in their minds. They followed you through the quantum wake. All realities are at risk. Aria's mind raced. The discordant, a faction of humanity's possible futures that sought to dominate the multiverse. They had been warned about this, but not so soon. Battle stations. Aria commanded. Yuki, bring the quantum drive online. Elijah, prepare the stellarium countermeasures. As the Horizon maneuvered to defend Earth, the crew watched in awe and horror as the discordant ships engaged. Beams of concentrated dark energy lanced out, warping spacetime itself. Missiles that existed in multiple realities simultaneously streaked towards Earth's defenses. This is insane, Miguel muttered, his hands shaking as he worked the communications array. How can we fight an enemy that breaks the laws of physics? We break them better, Aria replied, her voice steel. Sarah, activate the quantum entanglement protocol. Yuki, on my mark, initiate a localized time dilation field. As they fought, Aria realized this wasn't just a battle for Earth, but for the very nature of humanity's future. The discordant represented a path of conquest and domination. But she and her crew had seen the wonders of the cosmos, the potential for cooperation and growth. They couldn't let that dark future come to pass. In the midst of the chaos, Dr. Elijah Okonkwo made a startling discovery. Captain, the discordant ships, they're not just from the future. They're quantum ghosts, possibilities made manifest. If we can collapse their wave function. Do it, Aria ordered. Elijah's fingers danced across his console, implementing a theory that would have been incomprehensible to him just days ago. The stellarium they had created began to pulse with otherworldly energy. Suddenly, the fabric of spacetime itself seemed to shudder. The discordant ships flickered, their forms becoming less substantial. Some winked out of existence entirely, their possible futures erased. But the victory was short-lived. The remaining discordant ships, now more desperate than ever, launched a final devastating attack. A beam of pure quantum energy lanced out, heading straight for Earth. No, Aria shouted. Without thinking, she threw the horizon into the path of the beam. Time seemed to slow as the energy engulfed them. Aria felt her consciousness expanding, merging with the ship, with her crew, with the very essence of spacetime itself. In that eternal moment, she understood. The Horizon's quantum drive activated, but not in any way its designers had intended. The ship became a nexus, a bridge between realities. Through sheer force of will, Aria channeled the discordant's attack, dispersing its energy across 1,000,000 parallel Earths. When reality reasserted itself, the discordant were gone. But so was the Horizon. In its place floated a shimmering quantum singularity, a tear in the fabric of the universe. On Earth, scientists watched in awe as the singularity pulsed with energy. Data poured in, unlocking secrets of the cosmos that would propel humanity into a new age of discovery and exploration. And somewhere, in a realm beyond conventional space and time, 5 human consciousnesses began their next great adventure. Aria, Elijah, Yuki, Miguel, and Sarah, no longer bound by physical form, but carrying with them the best of humanity's spirit. Their sacrifice had not only saved Earth, but it opened the door to humanity's true destiny among the stars. As the singularity stabilized, becoming a gateway to realms beyond imagination, a message rippled across the quantum foam of the universe. We are humanity. We are infinite, and our journey is just beginning. The story of the Horizon's crew became legend, inspiring generations of explorers and scientists. Humanity, armed with the knowledge they had sacrificed everything to protect, took its first true steps into the cosmic ocean. The future was uncertain, filled with wonders and dangers beyond imagination. But thanks to the courage of 5 extraordinary individuals, it was a future faced not with fear, but with hope, curiosity, and the indomitable human spirit. As Earth's first true interstellar ship prepared for launch, its quantum engines humming with possibility, the crew looked up at the shimmering singularity that had once been the horizon. In its depths, they thought they could almost see 5 familiar faces smiling down at them, guiding them, challenging them to become more than they ever thought possible. The journey that had begun with 5 brave explorers now continued with all of humanity. The stars awaited, and the universe would never be the same. The cosmic nexus. A decade had passed since the horizon's transformation into a quantum singularity. Earth had changed dramatically, propelled into a new age of discovery and innovation. The knowledge left behind by Aria Chen and her crew had revolutionized every field of science, from physics to medicine to space travel. Dr. Zara Patel, a brilliant young astrophysicist, stood before the massive quantum computer that interfaced with the singularity. She had dedicated her life to unraveling its mysteries, driven by a deep conviction that the Horizon's crew was still out there, somewhere beyond conventional reality. Initiating final sequence, Zara announced to her team, "Quantum entanglement at maximum. Brace for consciousness transfer." As her colleagues watched nervously, Zara activated the device she'd spent years perfecting. A beam of coherent light connected her mind directly to the quantum singularity. For a moment, nothing happened. Then, with a blinding flash, Zara's consciousness was catapulted across the multiverse. She'd found herself in a realm beyond imagination. Realities collided and merged, timelines twisted like strands of cosmic DNA. And there, at the heart of it all, she saw them, 5 points of light, burning with unmistakable human essence. "Captain Chen," Zara called out, her voice echoing across dimensions. "We've been searching for you." The lights pulsed, coalescing into familiar forms. Aria Chen and her crew stood before Zara, their bodies composed of pure energy, eyes blazing with cosmic awareness. Dr. Petal, Aria's voice resonated on a quantum level. "You've done it. You've bridged the gap." "We need your help," Zara said urgently. "Earth is facing a threat unlike anything we've encountered. The cosmic nexus is collapsing." Aria's expression turned grave. "We've sensed the disturbance. The nexus is a multidimensional hub, connecting all realities. If it falls, the entire multiverse could unravel." "Can you come back?" Zara asked. "Earth needs you." Elijah stepped forward, his form shimmering with equations. "Our physical bodies are gone, but our consciousness remains. With your quantum interface, we might be able to manifest in your reality temporarily." "But be warned," Yuki added, her energy form pulsing with concern. "Bringing us back could destabilize the quantum barrier. The discordant might return." Zara hesitated for a moment, then steeled herself. "It's a risk we have to take. Earth's finest minds are working on the problem, but we're out of our depth. We need your cosmic perspective." With a collective nod, the Horizon's crew merged their consciousness with Zara's. In a rush of light and energy, they were pulled back across the dimensional barrier. Zara gasped as she returned to her body, her mind reeling from the cosmic journey. Around her, 5 pillars of light materialized, slowly taking on human form. Alarms blared as reality itself seemed to buckle. Quantum flux detected. One of the scientists shouted, "Something's coming through." Outside the facility, the sky tore open. Massive otherworldly structures began to emerge. The cosmic nexus was bleeding into Earth's reality. "The collapse has begun," Arya said, her voice carrying an echo of other dimensions. "We need to stabilize the nexus, or both our reality and the multiverse will be torn apart." What followed was a battle unlike anything humanity had ever faced. As governments worldwide scrambled to respond to the cosmic incursion, Arya and her crew worked tirelessly with Earth's scientists. They created quantum field generators to stabilize reality. They developed consciousness expansion techniques to allow humans to perceive and interact with higher dimensions. They even found a way to communicate with other versions of Earth across the multiverse, coordinating a multi-dimensional defense. But the discordant returned, slipping through the weakened barriers between realities. Their dark ships filled the skies, threatening to tip the balance towards chaos. In the final battle, Zara found herself standing alongside the legendary Horizon crew, facing down the discordant armada. Armed with technology that blended science and consciousness, they fought not just for Earth, but for the fate of all possible worlds. "The Nexus is reaching critical instability," Miguel shouted, his form flickering between realities. "We need to collapse the quantum wave function," Sarah added, her mind interfacing directly with the fabric of spacetime. "But it could destroy everything." Arya looked at her crew, then at Zara and the brave humans fighting alongside them. In that moment, she understood what needed to be done. "Not destroy," she said, her voice resonating with cosmic power. "Transform." With a shared thought, the Horizon's crew linked their consciousness, creating a quantum symphony that echoed across dimensions. Zara and the other humans joined in, their minds expanding to encompass realities beyond imagination. The cosmic nexus shuddered, energies beyond comprehension pouring through the dimensional rift. For a moment, it seemed like everything would be torn apart. Then, with a flash that outshone suns, the nexus collapsed and was reborn. As the light faded, Zara found herself standing on a new Earth. But not just one Earth. Somehow, impossibly, she could perceive multiple versions of the planet existing in quantum superposition. "What happened?" she asked in awe. Arya, her form now a perfect blend of human and cosmic, smiled. "We didn't just save our Earth. We united the multiverse, every possible version of humanity, linked in a grand cosmic network." "The quantum chorus," Elijah added, his eyes reflecting the birth of new stars. "A harmony of infinite human potential." As Zara looked around, she saw a world transformed. The sky shimmered with quantum possibility. Buildings shifted between architectural styles from 1,000 Earths. And in the eyes of every person, she saw a spark of the cosmic awareness she now shared. "What happens now?" Zara asked, overwhelmed by the implications. "Now," Arya said, placing a hand on Zara's shoulder, "the real journey begins. We are no longer bound by a single reality. The entire multiverse is our home and our responsibility." As the sun rose on this new quantum Earth, humanity faced a future of infinite possibility. The barriers between science and consciousness, between the physical and the metaphysical, had been forever broken. Earth had become a nexus of realities, a shining beacon of hope and discovery in the vast cosmic ocean. Arya turned to her crew, then to Zara and the countless humans now linked across the quantum chorus. "Are you ready for the greatest adventure imaginable?" With a collective thought that resonated across dimensions, humanity answered, "We are ready." And so, on an Earth that was both one and many, a new chapter in the cosmic story began. Humanity, once bound to a single world, now stood poised to explore not just the stars, but the very fabric of reality itself. The Horizon's legacy had become the dawn of a new cosmic age, where the only limit was the boundless human imagination.